Welcome to the Python beginner tutorial. In this tutorial, I will teach you each and everything you need to know to get started using Python programming. I will teach you downloading and installing Python variables, print statement, input statement, if statement, functions, loops, and many more. So first of all, I will show you how you can download and install Python. So open your browser and in the search bar, type download Python and press enter and click the first link www.python.org and here click download Python 3.11.2 and it started downloading. After the download is completed, click the file you have downloaded and install Python. Install now and add Python to path and it's starting installing Python. Now Python is installed. You can search for IDLE, which is built-in IDE for Python. You can write your program here. Print hello. Print hello. And it printed the hello. But I suggest you a better ID, that is Pycharm. That is very beginner friendly and have advanced features. So type in search bar download Pycharm and click the link from the JetBrain. And here you have two versions, community and professional. As a beginner, community version is best for you. So click the download and it will start downloading the Pycharm. As I already downloaded the Pycharm, so I am cancelling it. After your download is completed, open your download folder and install the Pycharm. Wait for the installation. and our installation is completed. Click finish. Now open the Pycharm and create a new project. Here you can specify another path, but I am creating the project on the default path. After the project is created, you can create Python files where you can write the program. You can delete this file and create your own Python file and name this according to your choice. And in this file, for checking, I am writing a print statement. Print hello. Now click on tutorial.py and click run tutorial, and it displayed hello. Now you are all set for writing Python programs. In this tutorial, I will teach you each and everything about print statement or print function. Print function is used to print something. Syntax of print function is print and open and close brackets, and in this brackets double or single quotation marks, and in quotation marks you can type anything. For example, here we type Muhammad Asif, and if we run the program, it displayed Muhammad Asif. You can use single quotation marks as well. For example, print Muhammad Sajid in single quotation marks and run the program. It printed Muhammad Asif and Muhammad Sajid. If you want to print a statement that contain the single quotation marks in the statement, then you will use double quotation marks in print statement. For example, if I use a statement, don't fear, for this statement, for statements like this, you will use double quotation marks outside. Let's run the program, and it displayed don't fear. Similarly, if you want to print a statement that is containing double quotation marks in it, you will use single quotation marks in the print statement. For example, your assignment is to learn Python. Now run the program, and it displays your assignment is to learn Python, and Python is in double quotation marks. Similarly, you can print multiple statements by print statements. For example, print hello, and after this, after the quotation marks, place a comma, and again use quotation marks in, and in these quotation marks again write some string like this and run the program, and it displayed hello world. Here you can use two other arguments which are used to separate and end the line. One argument is end. Here you will use end and set this equal the character or string with which you want to end the line. By default it is new line backslash n, and you can change it. For example, in this case I am changing it to star. Now our line hello world will end with star. Run the program and check here, hello world line is finished with star. Similarly, there is an other argument which is separate, and this is used to separate the multiple arguments or multiple values. Like hello and world are two different values. You can use a separate keyword to separate these values. Here mentioned, let's separate with dollar sign and run the program, and hello and world are separated with dollar sign. Our print statement is completed. In this tutorial, I will teach you about variables. Variables are containers that are used to store some values. For example, name is a variable that is used to store the name. So set this equal Asif. This is a variable of type string. So basically variables are containers that are used to store values. Variables are of different types. This variable name is a of type string and is used to store string data type. There are other types like integer that are used to store integer values. Another data type is float that is used to store decimal values. And another more common data type is Boolean variable that is used to store true or false values. We can use these variables in our programs to make them powerful. For example, we can use these variables in print function to print the values, print name, run the program or save. Similarly, you can print number and run again. It displayed 8. Now print is pause and run again. It displayed true. So there are different types of variables: integer data type variable, string data type variable, and boolean data type variable. In Python, you need not to mention the type of the variable. Like in other languages, you have to mention the type of the variable, but in Python, you need not to mention the type of the variable. You can perform arithmetic operations on integer or float variables. So here you can say print number plus number 2, and you can check the output 16.5. In this tutorial I will teach you about string. String is a type that store any type of text. For example, programming master is a string and we want to print this string and it displays programming master. We can store string in variables. So create a variable name and set this equal programming master. Now we can apply different methods on string. We will discuss one by one. First of all, we have a method name dot lower. This will convert the string to lower alphabet. Run the program and run this statement in write this statement in print function and run again. And see here programming master is converted to lower alphabet. P and M of programming master is converted to lower alphabets. Similarly, there is an other method upper which convert the string to upper alphabet, capital letters. And now see programming master is written in capitals. Similarly, there are other method. One is upper. This check whether the string is in uppercase or lowercase and return true or false. It is returning false because our programming master is not in capital letters. Similarly, there is lower that will check whether the string is in lowercase or uppercase and it return false whether and it returns false because our string is not in lowercase letters. Another method that we can use on string is length. Length method is used to determine the length of the string. For example, print length of name and it will display the length of name variable 18. Length of name variable is 18. Similarly, we can get the individual character of a string. For this purpose, name and use bracket, square bracket, and in here give the index of the character. In string indexing start with 0, 1, 2, 3, and up to so on. So in this case, the at 0 index there is P. Let's see, run the program and it displayed the P because at the index 0 there is P. You can enter 10, run again, and it displayed the G at the index 10 is G. Another method that we use for string is index of. Name dot index and give the character of the string, and it will display the index of that character. Index of m is 12. Another most popular function for string is replace. That is used to replace the character or part of a string. For example, in name dot replace, it will need two arguments. First, the string which you want to replace. We want to replace programming, and the second argument will be the string that will be replaced. We want to replace the programming with coding. Let's run the program, and it displayed coding master. In this tutorial we have learned about string and the method that can be applied to the string. In this tutorial I will teach you all about numbers. We can print numbers by writing them in print statement. For example, print 8. Run the program, it will print the number 8. Similarly, you can perform arithmetic operation on the numbers. 8 plus 8, 16. And here you can also use decimal numbers. 16.5. You can use modulus operator. 5 mod 2, which will give the remainder, and the remainder of 2 mod 5 mod 2 is 1. You can store numbers in variables of their type integer or float. For example, a variable num1 is used to store a integer value 100. We can print this value of the variable, and it will display the 100. There is a complex situation when you want to print number along with the string. You use plus and the string. Num100 is even, but keep in mind this will result in an error. There is an error because we cannot use number in string. We have to convert the number to type string, and then we can use number along with the string to print. Now run the program, and it displayed 100 is even. Now we will see some method that we can apply on the numbers. Create a variable number and set this equal 10. First of all, we can find the first of all we can use absolute method that will return the absolute value. Print ABS of number. Absolute value of 10 is 10. Here use minus 10 and run again. It will display 10 as the absolute value of minus 10 is 10. Similarly, there are some other methods. Power method. Power method take two arguments. First, the number, and second, the power of that number. Here we at first argument we use the variable number and give this the argument 2. Run the program and see the result. The 10 power 2 is 100. Similarly, another method is max, and it return the max value of the list. Here 10 comma 50 comma 60 and run the program, and it displays the 60 as 60 is the maximum of three values. Similarly, you can use the min function that will return the minimum value of the 3, and that is 10. Another function that you can use on number is round function. It will round the decimal number to the integer value. For example, 10.8, and it displayed 11 as 10.8 is round off to 11. There are some other functions for which we have to import the math library in our program. For this, import math from math import, and now you can use the functions. One of them is floor function. Print floor lower integer value of the given value. In this case, the lower integer value is 8. So let's run the program, and it displayed the 8. Similarly, there is ceiling function that is used to give the upper integer value, that is 9 in this case. Let's run the program, and it displayed 9. Another function is square root function that is used to find the square root of the number. Give this the 49 and run the program. 7. The square root of 49 is 7. In this tutorial, we have learned about the numbers and all the methods that we can apply on the numbers. In this tutorial, I will teach you all about input statement. Input statement is used to get user input. For example, create a variable name and set this equal input, and after the input use brackets, and in these brackets prompt type the prompt that will be prompted to the user. Here prompt enter your name, Now it will prompt the user to enter your name, and the user will enter name, and that name will be stored in the variable name. After this, print name, and that will print the name entered by the user. Let's run the program. Enter your name Asif, and it displayed Asif. Similarly, you can get integer value from the user. For that purpose, create a variable marks and set this equal input, enter your marks. But keep in mind, when you are getting the integer value as an input, you have to use the int outside the input function. Now it will take input as string, but the int function will convert it to integer value. Print your marks are marks. Run the program. Enter your name Asif. Enter your marks 80. It displayed Asif and your marks are 80. Similarly, you can take float variable from the user. For that, create a variable GPA and set this equal float input, enter your GPA. At last, print your GPA is GPA. Now run the program. Enter your name Asif. Enter your marks 80. Enter your GPA 3.8. Your name is Asif, your marks are 80, your GPA is 3.8. So this is about input statement. You can use input statement to get user input. First of all, you need to know is input statement by default get the input as a string, and if you want to get the integer input, you have to use the int function to convert the string input to integer form, and float function to convert the string value to the float value. In this tutorial, I will teach you about if statement. If statement is used when the program has to make the decision according to the given condition. The syntax of the if statement is if condition colon block of code that will be executed if the condition is true. If condition is true, then the given block of code will be executed. For example, create a variable number and set this equal 100 and type a condition if number mod 2 is equal to 0, print number is even. Let's run the program. Number is even. Here if we make a change and set number is equal 101 and run again, it check the number mod 2 is not equal to 0 and not print the number is even. For this purpose, we have if else statement. If number mod 2 is equal to 0, print number is even, else print number is odd. Run the program. Number is odd. Now you can change the number to 100 and this will display number is even. We use the if else statement when the program is only two ways, one else other. But if the program has more than two paths, then we use the if elif statement. For that, we use elif before the else statement. For example, we will implement this elif statement now in our program. We are going to make a basic calculator that will perform the four basic arithmetic operation: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. For this, first of all, create a variable num1 and set this equal float input. Enter the first number. After this, create a variable operation and set this equal input. Enter the operator and create a third variable num2 and set this equal float input. Enter the second number. After this, use an if statement. If operation is equal to plus, print num1 plus num2 elif operation is equal to minus print num1 minus num2. Elif operation is equal to multiplication static print num1 multiplied by num2. Similarly, elif operation is equal to division, print num1 divided by num2. At last, use the else statement, else print invalid operator. Let's run the program. Enter the first number 100. Enter the operator. Operator is plus. Enter the second number 50. And the answer of 100 plus 50 is 150. Run again. Enter the first number 10. Enter the operator multiplication. Enter the second number 8. And the answer is 80. In this tutorial, I will teach you about while loop. Loops are used when we have to repeat the same block of code again and again. So the syntax of while loop is while condition and block of code. Until the condition is true, the block of code will be executed again and again. For example, create a variable I and set this equal 10, and now create a while loop while I less than equal to 10, print I, and run the program, and it becomes the infinite loop because we have not used I is equal I plus 1, or you can simply type I plus equal 1. Now run again and see it is printing 10 because we are starting with the 10 and ending with the 10. So first of all, start with I is equal 1 and run the program and see first it print the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and up to 10. So this is the while loop. It is the basic syntax of while loop. You can use this in your programming according to your choice. You can print your name and it will print the Asif Khan 10 times. You can see here it printed the Asif Khan 10 times. There is one thing that I was missing. You can use while else statement in Python. Here while else is used when the condition is correct, the block of code will be repeated again and again, and after the condition is false, else statement will be executed. So you can write else and here print loop terminated. Run the program. There is an error. P of print is capital, so it was creating error. Now run the program. See here, it printed Asif Khan, Asif Khan, Asif Khan 10 times, and at last it print loop terminated. So keep in mind, while else condition is executed in Python programming. The other loop is for loop. The basic syntax of for loop is for x in range. Here use some integer value 100 and print x. Let's run the program, and it printed 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and up to 9. 10 is not included in the range function. Similarly, you can use two arguments in range functions, 10, 100. It will print numbers from 10 to 99. You can see it printed the numbers from 10 to 99. Also, you can give this the third argument, which will be the distance between the two numbers. Give the 10. First it will print 10, then 20, 30 and so on. Run the program and see 10, 20, 30, 40 and up to so on. Similarly, you can use for loop for iterating through the string or lists. For iterating through the string for character in Muhammad Asif Khan, print char. Run the program and see here it printed all the characters in the Muhammad Asif Khan. Similarly, you can use the for loop for iterating through the list. It is your assignment. In this tutorial, I will teach you about function. Function is a block of code that is executed when we call the function. First of all, function is defined and then it is called when user need to execute that function. Function is defined by def keyword. Def hello. This is an example function that I am creating. And in this function, print hello. Let's run the program and nothing will happen because we are not calling the function. After we have defined the function, we need to call it. The way to call the function is type the name of the function followed by the small brackets. Now run the program and it print hello. Function as called and program run. Function can get arguments. For example, here hello function is getting the argument's name, and here in print statement function is using that name hello name. For this case, when we will call the function, we will give the arguments to that variable, that function as the variable that we have declared in the definition. Here type Asif and run the program, and it displayed hello Asif. Similarly, you can use multiple arguments in a function, create another create another variable as an argument age, and in the function print your age is 20, your age is age. And now when calling the function, give these two arguments, first for the name and second for the age. Name is Asif and age is 20. Let's run the program and see, it displayed hello Asif, your age is 20. Similarly, once we have defined a function, you can call it for different names. Once you have defined a function, you can call it again and again. For example, we can call it again hello and give this the name Sajid. Age is 18. Call again one more time hello. Name is Majid and age is 15. Let's run the program. There is an error. Here we have double type the brackets. Now run the program. Hello Asif, your age is 20. Hello Sajid, your age is 18. Hello Majid, your age is 15. So you can define a function and then you can use it repeatedly. Now, now we will define another function that will take two number as an argument and will display the sum of these numbers. So def add and give this two parameters num1 comma num2, and in this function create a variable sum and set this equal num1 plus num2 and print sum is sum. Now call the function add and give these two arguments numbers. Num1 is 70 comma num2 is 80. Run the program. Sum is 150. Here you can directly use num1 plus num2 instead of sum and run the program. The answer is same. Program is working.